It's Wednesdays with Robin. Alright, well, I'm going to get to the questions in a sec, but because this is my theme in my week, I'm going to start my story off quick. Because I wanted to tell that story on this channel, I decided to have this week's theme be experiences in school. And the one that came to mind first was this summer. I'm a freshman, so I started last week. I know everyone hates freshmen, but I am one. And so I actually took a class before last week. The way that my school works is that if you have a lot of classes or you just feel like getting a credit out of the way, you can take almost any normal academic class during the summer. So it's like a 3-week class, 4 hours a day, every day, and you still get the same amount of credits you would if you took it during the year. Because I play the string bass, I was going to be in 2 orchestras, so 2 orchestras plus a foreign language plus 4 subjects is like a full 7 periods. So I didn't have any time for like gym or health, and so I took health this summer for a 3-week course, and it was like the best thing ever. It was so easy. Most of the class was discussion based, and so I love talking, so I love that. But it was just really easy and it was really fun. A couple memories come to mind when I have to think about that class, but one of them that I'm going to share with you today took place towards the end of the class. We were talking about relationships and like boyfriend, girlfriend things, and we wrote on the board a big long list of things that we have to look for when we have a boyfriend or girlfriend. And someone raised their hand and said, your parents should approve of them. Okay, so he wrote it on the board, and we had thought about it for a while, and I raised my hand, and I said, I don't think that's necessarily true. And the teacher asked why, and I said, because if you're gay and your parents don't approve of you being gay, should you go against their will, or should you just not be happy? You know, I said something to that effect. I said, like, basically, what if you're gay and your parents don't like it? That goes against your parents approving of them. And the teacher was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a good answer. And then this other boy raises his hand. He raises his hand in the year 2010 and says, I think being gay is a phase. Yeah, I know. He said a couple more things, like, that, like, you'll just grow out of it, there are things you can do, that you can get better, and it was bad, and I'm just not, he kept talking, but I stopped listening. I was just not having any of that. But apparently the teacher was. The kid who said that is like he's a know-it-all, but he's one of those kids that kind of does know-it-all. Like, he's really, really smart. And the teacher was buying every word he said. And this kid, he comes from like a big family of doctors, and so he was like, being gay is a disease. There is a cure. There's medicine you can take. I know. And the teacher believed him, believed every single word of it, and was like telling us, like, oh, okay, so being gay, it is a disease? Like, and the kid was like, well, I wouldn't call it a disease, but it is a medical condition and you can get better. He said this in class, and the teacher was like, oh, okay, everyone put that in your notebooks. It might be on a test. It wasn't, but it was disgusting to have to hear that. And even though that experience didn't, like, affect me, like, directly in a personal way, it was one of those situations where you're sort of forced to be a bystander. Like, there's nothing you can say, there's nothing you can really even argue about. I was just, sitting there listening to this, and you know, it was just a really bad experience. Okay, so now it's time for some questions. To answer my own question from last week, which is about school, I like my schedule. Like I said earlier, I was supposed to take 2 orchestras. My school, there's 3 orchestras. There's one that if you sign up for orchestra, you're automatically put in, so it's not, you know, the best sounding one. There's another one that you have to audition to get into, and then there's another one where you have to be asked to do it. So I auditioned for the other one, and I made it, and I was also asked to be in the best one, which is pretty rare for freshmen. And so the one that I auditioned for, which was called Symphony Orchestra, is first period, and then the one that I was asked to do, which is called Chamber, is 7th period. And I also signed up for my foreign language to be Latin, and Latin 1 is only offered 1st and 7th period. And you have to be in both orchestras. Like, if you're in chamber, you have to be in symphony. So, I had to choose, and I chose to do Latin, so I'm only in symphony. And, you know, that's okay. I wish I was in chamber. I hear people talking about how amazing it is, but I also really like Latin. So, that's my spiel on that, and I'm a little mad about that, but I kind of like the way it worked out. So, my schedule is symphony orchestra, and then I have honors English, honors history, geometry, which is a sophomore course because I took algebra in 8th grade, geometry, then I have lunch, and because I had an open period in my schedule where I thought, you know, like my foreign language was going to go, but because things got moved around, I could have a study hall, but I chose to take an elective, and because I want to be a filmmaker, I'm taking a TV communications class, which is really fun. So then I have lunch, and then TV communications, and then advanced biology, and then Latin. Because I'm in a lot of honors classes, a lot of the teachers are assigning a lot of homework these first couple weeks because, and they're honest about this, they want to make sure that unless you're, like, you know, passionate about it. Oh, I painted my nails peacock green. Because I love that song, I wanna see your peacock. I painted my nails peacock green. Anyway, they want to make sure that unless you're like really, you know, really want to be in an honors class, that they're trying to make the people who don't drop. So they're assigning a shitload of homework these first couple weeks, and it's getting pretty annoying at this point. So I've been super crazy busy with homework. That's why, like, my video last week was shit. And also, you guys, I'm so sorry. If you've texted me and I haven't replied, I didn't get it. Like, we got the bill a couple of days ago, and it had all these texts on it that I never got on my phone. Like, I don't know if it's the phone, I don't know if it's the company. We're trying to figure it out. But if I didn't reply to it, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. I don't want you to think that I'm, like, ignoring you. But, so if you could just, like, send me a message sometime, either on my phone or on YouTube or on Facebook, you know, let's get chatting. I would love to know you guys more. Morgan's question was, gay role models, a good one and a bad one. And as soon as he said that, I thought of a good one being Ellen, because I just love her and I love everything she does. And, but then he said it, so then I had to come up with another one. And I'm going to be a cheeseball, and even though he's not around today, I'm going to say Harvey Milk, just because I think he was a visionary. You know, some of the things he said, the things he did, I wish we would have more people acting like that today, especially in government. So, I'm going to have to say that my gay role model is Harvey Milk. As far as bad role models, I'm going to offend a lot of people, including myself, and I'm going to say Lady Gaga. Because even though I love her with all my heart, you know, she's pretty out there. She's pretty, like, ostentatious. That's my high-level vocabulary word for the day. With how she goes about her opinions. You know, she gets up there, she's like, "Are you listening?" And I love it. And we all love it. The gay community loves it. But I think when you are a gay role model, you have to appeal to more than just the gays. You have to get the straights, you have to get the bisexuals, you have to get the transgenders, you have to get everyone to feel the same way. And I feel like, you know, when she is given an opportunity to speak on gay rights, her first emotion that comes to mind is just anger. Anger because, you know, we don't have enough yet, which we don't. In which we are glad that someone else in the spotlight feels. But I think a lot of straight people would just look at her and see her as being obnoxious. So I think she's, you know, so in people's faces, kind of like with Perez Hilton and like all these other gay internet people. You know, they're so in people's faces all the time that it doesn't really make us look good and only furthers stereotypes. Pet peeves. I have quite a few. One of them that I think I might have mentioned before is when people type, you know, with like 3 E's at the end of the word and lots of like backwards smiley faces. Like you know, I have a smiley face. Sometimes I'll say like LOL, but I enjoy when the weird typing is kept to a minimum. Other than that, my biggest one is people eating. It doesn't matter if I love you with all my heart or if I hate you with all my heart. I do not want to watch, listen, or be around you when you are eating. I just don't, and I'm sorry. And I just don't like it. Like, and that's only when I'm like at home with people. Like when I'm out in a restaurant, I'm fine. I don't know what it is. I'm crazy. I just don't like being in a house with other people eating. And another thing to go along with that is that I love splitting checks. When I go to a restaurant, I want to pay for what I ordered. When I'm with multiple people, whether it's me and another person or me and like, you know, 20 other people, I want to pay for what I ordered. None of this, you know, you can order, you know, a steak and a lobster and a cow and whatever else you got and, you know, 3,000 beers and expect me to pay for part of it. No. I get like grilled cheese and a lemonade when I go out. I'm not paying for your shit. I hate when people expect this check to be split between how many people there were. I love getting multiple checks and paying for my shit. That's what I love. And my pet peeve is when people do not love that. Jessica's question was about the anti-lesbian article. I thought it was a really well-written article, and I learned a lot. But I'm not too happy about what I learned about. You know, it's not a new thing. Like I said, people still today have this old, you know, medieval sounding opinion that you can stop or you can change your sexuality. And it's foolish. It's stupid. It's like you're just born that way. It's like Lady Gaga says. I know I sound like such a hypocrite. But I mean, if you're born that way, you're born that way, and there should be no drug to affect it either way. I would rather research be put towards having children not born with like mental handicaps, or if a mother is, you know, addicted to smoking when she's pregnant, if that could help out with the baby's health. I would rather there be more prenatal research going toward that than an anti-gay drug. I think it's disgusting. I think it sounds like barbarian. It sounds like an old-fashioned idea that just shouldn't be around in this day and age. Okay, well, that's all I have for this week. I just want to show you guys real fast. I don't know if you can see, but the time right now is 6:03 p.m. Okay? It's going to take forever to upload this video, I bet you, but I am going to start uploading it right now. It's going to take me like, 2 minutes to edit, and then I'm going to put it online, and it's going to take hours. And I apologize in advance. So, here we go. Have a fantastic week. My question to you. You are a superhero. You are either a superhero already created, and if so, which one? Or you can make up your own. What's your name? Do you have a sidekick? Who's your villain? What's your power? Have a great week. See you next week.